Okay, so your today's unit is web-based development. Yeah. So as the name implies, you should be you should understand that what is about. So web-based development. And can I ask, do you have any experience in the web development or the website or HTML?
I have a bit of knowledge about HTML, and I design a website in WordPress, Joomla also.
Okay, so that's the content management system. Okay, no worries. So
Yeah.
let me quickly give you the idea and the important things that are related with the web development. So before I start with these learning outcome first, which is basically the client side and server side technologies. Yeah. So there's a little bit basically the jump to these things. Before then this, and let me give you example that the World Wide Web is the uh, kind of technology that was introduced in early or late 90s, and then it started from the DARPA project, and there's a big history behind the internet, and in the nowadays it is in front of you. So after the the World Wide Web start, the documents are being shown into the HTML or the web page form. So for the HTML, it's a pure kind of markup language. Yeah, using some tags. If you go to any page like Google, then you are able to see the coding behind it. So this is mix up of uh, HTML and something else. At the moment, I'm keeping the word something else, but when you say some tags, for example, or you can quickly write
What I need to write?
like HTML within the tag. Those HTML. Yeah. So basically everything is.
What do you mean, the HTML? What I have to write?
I'm not going. Let me complete. Yeah, and then 1 second. Let me take you to the. Right. Instead, I might write the own example. Let me directly take you to the standard example from W3C. So every document starts with HTML tag, ends with the HTML tag, and then there is necessary head. In the head, you write title page, and then heading 1, then paragraph 1. And when you save this or try to run this, then what you see is, can you see on the right side here? Hello? Hello?
Hello, yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. So can you see the right side here?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me save it on the desktop, and then a.html. Yeah. Now I have put this code into a file, and if I will click
Okay.
or open this with the browser, basically this.
I think it should be open with folder, isn't it?
No, the reason, I need to save it with the extension HTML. So default is text file, but we need to save it with HTML. So they shouldn't show the.
But if you click that button on the notepad,
Yeah,
there's the bottom of there's the open with.
it should do, but definitely we should save it with extension. In my computer, I will need to
No,
show the
right.
show the extensions first. Uh, Now you look at here. The default is the text, so I'm going to remove the text one. Now this one is in the HTML. Yeah. So if I will click here, then this is the HTML page basically. Is that fine? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. So basically what you needed to do is you created HTML file, and that file is displaying you its output. Its tags are interpreted into some output, and which you can see on the browser. Now from here your unit starts, which is based on the concept of client side and server side technologies. Basically your HTML is the view of your website, which runs on the browser. It is on the client side. This file, for example, is stored on this computer. Yeah. And you can say that this is on the desktop computer, but if you will save this file a.html on a remote computer, then this computer, wherever you are browsing this file, will be the client, and wherever you will store the file on any remote computer, that will be known as a server. Yeah. Now the question arises that something which is stored on the server, something which is stored on the client, it is called the kind of internet or World Wide Web. Further classification: if you are accessing this HTML file only, then this is called the static web page. If you wanted to create this as a dynamic, then you could create a dynamic web page as well. How the static web page and how the dynamic web pages are created: simply the static pages are stored into the HTML. The dynamic pages, behind the dynamic pages on the remote server, there are the servers running continuously. They generate the HTML files dynamically depending on the user. So do you know
Mr.
Yeah,
Mr. Soflo, I couldn't see your desktop.
sorry, you are unable to see my desktop.
Okay, now it's okay.
Hello, you can't see
Yeah,
my
it's
desktop?
okay now. Yes. Yeah, I can see your desktop now. It's fine.
Okay. So the static HTML also comes from the server. You must have seen the static websites. Yeah. Are you clear about the static website and dynamic website?
Yes.
Yeah. So static website, they only generate the HTML, while the dynamic website, they generate the dynamic HTML. Like if you wanted to say that if you input your name, then the new page should be generated according to the dynamic feature. Like if you enter your name Faisal, then the dynamic server should say you hello Faisal. So dynamically, it's not only the web page, but when you pull up the data from the email, it is dynamic. Every time the backend is changing. When you uh, pull up the data for your bank, then bank is not static. Your bank account is not in the HTML, but it has been designed into the dynamic pages. They retrieve the data from the database. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now what you need to learn is HTML. You need to learn the how to host your server or how to store your HTML files on the server. Let me note down because they are most important for you. One, HTML language that you need to run. How to upload your HTML files on a server. How to configure web server. Right? And what
Hello.
hello, yeah. Yes, I'm typing and I will explain to you one by one, yeah. So
Okay.
from today, you need to basically this unit is not the one subject. These are the 5 subjects indeed. So you have to learn the HTML. You will have to configure the server. There are the most popular server in the Windows is IIS, Internet Information Server. It's a program that runs on a computer that needs to run all the computer wherever you want to host. For example, if you are configuring your server, Internet Information Server, then it should run all the time, and there is particular directory where you will need to store the HTML file, and that HTML file will be accessed through the URL. Let's say, for example, if you purchased a server, let's say www.faisal.com, then that faisal.com server, the website should be hosted somewhere, and in this particular folder, you need to store the HTML files. Then,
but before a few minutes, you just mentioned this IIS, that is the Internet, hosted server about something for the Windows. But what for the Mac?
it's not for the Windows, but it's a built-in in Windows. Yeah.
Oh, is it built in a Windows? Okay.
Yeah, it comes in the built-in way, in especially in Windows Server, operating system, right?
Yeah.
And there are more servers. Did you remember? I think that I taught in the level 4. So apart from the IIS server, there is Apache web server. Yeah, there is Apache Tomcat server. There is there are many more who support the different languages. Apart when you are after the HTML, that is static, you need a dynamic web language. You can do your dynamic programming in ASP, active server pages. You can do your dynamic programming in JSP, Java Web Service web pages. You can do your programming in PHP. Yeah, so these are the dynamic programming languages. Let me tell you on the fingertips. You should be able to understand HTML, what type of servers are there, how you can install a server, how you can select the dynamic web programming language. Yeah, and let me go a little bit further. So if you have if you know HTML, how to install the server, selection of the right dynamic web language, and then you will be able to write down your static or dynamic programs. Is it clear? Any question?
No.
Okay. Can I take 10 seconds break? I'm having my tea in parallel. So
you can take a 1 minute break. No problem.
Normally, because I'm speaking, and can you yes, the voice was breaking. Can you tell me more about the SQL practice that you did online?
That is a first name is W3 pages. W3 skills, yeah. No, I try to learn the comments, but well. Okay. Okay, so I will tell you after. I'm telling you. Okay, you tell.
I mean, just tell me that are you successful to doing that?
No, I had a big problem. I tried it online. I tried to find out few comments and tried to on that website.
So what was the problem?
I think still there's few comments. When I put it through, it didn't work. Maybe it wasn't the correct one.
It shouldn't be the case, to be honest, that the command shouldn't work. If you have the tables are already created, and you should be able to play with these tables in any way.
I was playing with the tables, but 1 second. Please.
Yeah.
I'm just 1 second. I'm going to the website.
Okay. Do you want to share? But sorry, maybe we can try later on. Let me come back to this session.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me. So, are you clear with the HTML? The my wording. What you need is.
No, I said that that's a bit of clear. HTML is a very big subject. Last time I tried to learn the HTML5, but it was everything is going on my head.
You simply W3 school is very good for you to understand.
Yeah, trying to understand because HTML as far we have bit of that. Basically, me is a bit of idea how it's going to be work. Basically, what for the HTML is using, but the SQL is still I'm struggling to know that is how the SQL is work and all the methods and everything, how the data is research or data is find by the SQL server, what is the filterization, how do we work.
Okay. Can you tell me how my voice is coming? Is it very clear, or there is any some fluctuation or extra noise?
No, I get your voice very clear. Problem at all.
To be honest, your voice breaks, and I want to make sure that is my voice coming very well?
Not a very well. Your voice is coming well. I mean, it's normal, general.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand each and every word, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So if you can understand my every word, then let me finish this unit first, yeah, in one go. I will be mentioning each and every point in detail, yeah, and then you can always repeat the recording, and then we can, start the formal questions. So I'm restarting the recording again. The reason that previous, I don't want you to repeat this conversation again and again, so that you should capture the important points from the very short, description. So